Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're doing very well, and thanks for tuning back in. The response on the video has been brilliant, so please do keep smashing the like, subscribe. Plenty of videos to come. So I'm going to be looking. The question I get asked most of the time is, should I buy Prismatic Evolutions or Ascended Heroes? Both incredible sets, high set values, top chasers in the sets. Of course, people have got limited funds, so they want to allocate their money as best they can. So I'm going to give my thoughts as to what I think is the best set to invest in at the present time. And yeah, just share a few products from each set which I think will be the best to invest into from Prismatic and Ascended Heroes. So if that sounds good to you, please stay tuned. And again, as always, smash the like button, notifications on, subscribe. Let's get to it. So starting off, we've got Prismatic Evolutions. I did cover a video yesterday of Prismatic, a deep dive into, should you buy it now? The answer for me is yes. We are seeing some dips in the market. Being the summer period, we are graced with dips across many different products, which, I don't think will last for long. So I think take advantage while the attention is currently on the 30th anniversary. Like I've said before, I think when we get to the new era and the new sets coming out for the era next, I think it's in early 27. I think then the attention will then be drawn back to the sort of really good sets. So so Prismatic, again, you've got incredible top chase cards. Again, total set value $6,051. Artwork is stunning. You've got the Umbrian 1500 alone. Again, the PSA 10 value is $7,500. And the artwork is insane. I think again, like I said before, I think in terms of investability, you've got it all. You've got Evolution, super, highly valued and rated by many different people. And again, I think in the future when they do bring out more evolutions and reveal different evolution types, I think people will revert back to the evolution sets, so the prismatics, the evolving sky. So I think in terms of investability, sorry, I think these will do very well. So in terms of products within Ascended Prismatic Evolution, so we are seeing a bit of a dip at the moment. So dips for me are buying opportunities. So one of my top picks for Prismatic right now is the Prismatic Evolutions SPC. Again, insane. I'm going to drop a link in the description to my video yesterday on Prismatic Evolutions, but yeah, it's this particular product has got everything. It's got an insane display piece, Eevee at the front. Got 15 packs in the set to rip into. You've got the sort of fruit Eevee sort of promo, which again very popular card. Has come down in value, so I do think it's a good opportunity to pick up. And yeah, again we're seeing that sort of slump, that sort of 8% drop. I don't think unless we get a hard reprint, I don't think we're going to suddenly tank more. We're seeing about 30 sales per day, which is for a product that's expensive. Not expensive, but in terms of general pricing, I think this is a very good opportunity to load up on. On top of that, you do have the ETBs, which are, I think, the main focus of most people because they are affordable. Again, insane drops, about 15% dump so far. So I think people are starting to scoop up. You're seeing about between 40 and 60 per day sale. In the last 3 months alone, 3,782. In the last year, over 10,000, nearly sort of 10,100. So again, in terms of investing the products themselves, I think got great display pieces. Eevee again, Gen 1, insane popular Pokemon with many sets to bless in the future, and updates I think regarding Eevee, and what's not to love. I also gauge the Google Trends. So again, what you want to see with investing, you want to buy the saying goes, you buy low, you sell high. So I want to see the interest dip to sort of gauge the interest around the world. When we're seeing those dips, people are less interested, and we are starting to see that. So I'll go through the last 5-year period, for example. So again, on release, you had the huge spike up to pretty much as top as it could be, and we've just seen a steady sort of decline. And we're at 4 at the moment. We're pretty much at the bottom of where we could be. So to me, that's really good. So I think people losing interest. I think because you've got the 30th anniversary coming up soon, people naturally are going to be putting all their attention into that set. So liquidity is coming out of these really good. Again, nothing's changed. The dynamics haven't changed. They haven't announced a huge reprint for the ETBs or bundles for Prismatic. The attention has just shifted. So when the attention has diverged elsewhere, you then as a good investor want to put your attention to these sort of alternate sets. So your destined rivals, your ascended, your prismatic. So I give it a high score in regards to sort of investability again, and the interest now is low, so that for me is another tick to get into these sort of sets. But again, I'll compare to Ascended Heroes, and then at the end I'll give you my verdict on what I'm thinking will be the best sort of long term. Well, no, sorry, best purchase right now. They're both incredible sets long term, but in terms of now, what would be the best sort of buy? You've also got to think with Prismatic is the age. So again, it's been out since Jan 17th, 25. Again, we're nearing, not quite there yet, about a year and a half into it, or just over, sorry, in terms of the reprints. Again, it's had an astronomical amount of reprints. It's been battered in terms of price. Again, we've seen that, with the, especially the ETBs, they've been hammered. So again, we've got the pump from 98 to 136, straight back down to 112, up to 211 in March, had a reprint down to 169 and now just stable. It's like it's waiting for that reprint to sort of come to then drop again. It'll be down to that sort of 140 region. But I don't know, guys. I think with Pokemon, you've got so many things coming up. You've got the Mega Darkrai set coming up this week, the Storm Emerald set with Rayquaza. You've got the 30th anniversary coming up. You've got a Lucario set later this year, and then we've got the new era coming out early next year. You've got the printing facility coming out in a short while, but the demand is just increasing, and people's attention will be set in the future back on these sort of sets. Point is, if we don't get that reprint, we're going to start seeing this sort of uptick. I think that's what's going to then cause that next sort of wave up. I can't see how this won't hit 300 in the next year, as long as there's no sort of major reprint. I think we'll just start seeing that uptick. And again with Prismatic, artwork's insane. We're starting to see the PSA 10 value start to increase across the board for these, which naturally will start to increase the sealed product because people want to rip it open, so there's less supply on the market. So as long as we don't get any major reprints, prices should start to stabilise. But I'm going to be laddering in. I am laddering in now, and any dips we get, I'm just going to continue to dollar cost average down. Again, you've got some insane products. You've got the ETBs, you've got the Pokemon Center ETBs, but my focus on the SPCs, the ETBs, and a few of the figure collections, and a few bundles as well. They're so neat, compact, easy to store. There's no harm in having those. But yeah, not just that. I mean, you've got again $6,000 value, even with all the reprints. So yeah, big tick in favour. Again, solid product, solid long term. Do not sleep on Prismatic Evolutions. Okay, moving on. So Ascended. So again, released Jan 30th this year. God, that's gone well quick. Jeez, okay. So again, it's been out nearly half a year. Insane. Again, staggered release. Total value is 7423. So again, compared to Prismatic, not much more. But you've got a lot of the value, especially in the top two chase cards. Again, compared to Prismatic, If it's just the Umbreon, that is over £1,000. Sylveon is a lot more below, about 50% below that. So yeah, in regards to, again, looking at the set overall, so again, you got the set value higher than Prismatic, but again, it is newer. It's yet to have any sort of really major reprints. I think Sam's Club announced they're going to be releasing some sort of premium products. So I think you get a hell of a lot of packs. One sec, guys. Let me have a quick look. But if you're new to the space, yeah, Poké Beach is insane for updates, so please do check it out. Yeah, here we go. So Ascended are due to have a sort of a fighters premium collection. So again, stacked of packs, good promos, Reshiram and Zekrom. Hawlucha is not a huge fan favourite, but again, it's very similar to the again the Prismatic Black, the Black Bolt, White Flare sort of premium collections in terms of all the packs you get. So if we rip and ships, it's going to be insane. It comes with 14 packs, okay. Yeah, but point is we're going to be getting more reprints, and naturally that value is going to start to come down. But I think there's so much, insane artwork. The Tweakachu, again, when you've got that sort of nickname for a card, it's going to do well a long time. I do think, with the reprints coming out, these will start to come down. The Mega Gengar, 1,000, sub 1,000, Pikachu again, sub 1,000. So I think we'll start to see this sort of come down to the 6.5 region. But again, the top 10 chase cards are ridiculously good. The only thing compared with Prismatic, which Ascended Heroes trumps, is Ascended Heroes has more variety of Pokemon. Prismatic Evolutions is bound just to the evolutions. Evolutions are really popular anyway, so it's fine, and people want to collect all of these. You've also got with the, I suppose of both, you've got God packs and Demigod packs. That's irrelevant. Again, that alone will keep these both sets, long term. People want to rip to get those. Get the opportunity to get those God packs. I mean, the value in that alone is insane. Grade all 10s, you're laughing. My point is, you've got a lot of Gen 1s in there. So you've got your, again, Mega Gengar's not Gen 1, but Gengar's Gen 1, Pikachu's Gen 1. You've got Dragonite, Charizard's, Pikachu again, Mewtwo, Clefairy. Then you move on to the Gen 2s, Feraligatr, Meganium. Gen 1 Psyduck. I mean, if you scroll down, it is ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's literally a card here for everyone. Yeah, a video a few days ago, I did talk about this in my Pokemon Investing Singles. What I'm sort of looking for in terms of value now to scoop up. Because I think it's cheap, and this was definitely one of those cards. I mean, the artwork is insane. Insane. The point is, there's literally a card for everyone. There's more variety, I think, than compared to Prismatic. So I think Ascended trumps in that retrospect in terms of the variety. And again, it's still quite new, so there are bound to have more reprints. So that's just something to be cautious of. So again, we're starting to see dips now, which I'll come to in a minute. But again, you've got more reprints on the way. So again, you don't go all in now. Again, my strategy is to invest a little bit, and then every reprint we get, I'll just put another 10-20% of my capital into that. So that's what I'm sort of looking for. TCG player, what we're looking at. So Ascended Heroes, again, you've got the Ascended Heroes ETB. So this is like the main product to look for. I did skip a few Pokemon Center exclusives for the Ascended Heroes on release. Again, they nearly enough doubled. I think Poker Christie, I think her channel is, she talked about this. She sort of said with the Ascended Heroes, just her strategy I really liked. She talked about the sort of the Pokemon Center exclusives, again, just comparing just how good they are as an investment, and again the potential for more returns because of the exclusivity is so much more. Yeah, so I really like that approach and that sort of thought process behind scooping up the Prismatic. Yes, I keep saying Prismatic. The Pokemon Center exclusives for the Ascended Heroes ETB. But I do like as well the standard ETBs. Purely, you've got 9 packs in there. The Zekrom promo, which is insane. And more so, we're seeing about a 15-20% dip right now. So these dips, again, they are to be scooped up. So I am buying at the moment. And again, if we get another reprint, we're going to be moving back down to the one. I think the 150 region is going to be safe for the next reprint. It's going to be allocating about 10-20% now into this particular product. Another 20% if we do get that dip. But yeah, not just this product, the booster bundles, again, huge dip on these. I think these may have got to reprint. So it's about a 15% dip on that. And I think these will keep going down to like the 70-65 region if we do continue to get those sort of reprints. But again, great product, easy to store, 6 packs inside. I don't know if you get more chance of a God pack. I've seen many people online, TikTok, Instagram, ripping the bundles and getting those. Even the 3 packs. So I don't know if that's just because they're ripped over more often, but yeah, no, something to note. Yeah, I'm also looking at the mega stickers, particularly so you got the Ghastly and the Charmander tech sticker collections. This is the case, I believe. But in terms of the single, let me try and find it. Yeah, so this one in particular is the Charmander. Reason being, the promo is ridiculous. It's really good. It's Gen 1, popular. Again, because of the promo, I believe this has continued to creep up. Sales have been minimal. They are starting to come down a bit while the attention's shifting over to the 30th. Yeah, so I'm scooping up a few of these, but mainly I'm scooping up. I'm going to wait for the Sam's Club ones to be released. I'm going to then go through that. I think they come out July 21st, so you've got a couple of weeks for this. I'm going to scoop a few of these out. Again, we'll be on eBay or TCG Player. We've got a few contacts I'll get from America as well, but yeah, the more packs you've got in a set, not set in terms of the product, the more that particular product will increase in value long term. So I do think the Sam's Club focused fighters premium collection will be good to get. The ETB and the tech sticker collection are my picks for that. Again, you've got the tin displays, but yeah, keep it cheap. Keep with the good promo, the good packs. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so now I'm looking at the interest over time. So again, like Prismatic, we are seeing that sort of dip in terms of again the last few months. So again, we had that big pump, near release, on release, sorry, prior, that sort of high build up. And now we're just seeing that sort of staggered slowdown, but it is more popular than Prismatic at the moment. It is newer, so I get it. So I do believe because of that, Prismatic's got these sort of upper hands because there's less interest. So for me, more people focus on Ascended, so there's more buying at the moment. So I want to see this sort of come down more. But again, we haven't got many, we haven't had many reprints. I think once the reprints continue, which they will do, don't be fooling yourself if you think otherwise. This will start to drop, and when we start getting down to sort of the 10, 5 sort of number which you can see on the screen, I think that's when you want to start laddering up into that again. But every reprint we get for the ETBs, I will just be stacking up. The Zekrom alone is insane. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. So what would be the best investment right now? So in terms of so a few things we've gone over. So in terms of what has got the best sort of cards in there, I'm gonna say I do prefer the Ascended Heroes just because they've got more variety. The evolutions are insane, but they're not going to appeal to everyone. I think in the Ascended Heroes sort of card list, you've got more variety. You've got gold cards, you've still got gold packs, you've got a few different Pikachu variations really popular. You've got Mewtwo in there, Mega Dragonite's beautiful, Mega Gengar's insane. So I do think card list wise, I think Ascended trumps. Again, not to be taken away, Prismatic still has insane cards, but they're very bound to the evolutions. You've got again Master Balls with the Umbreon as well. You've got a few more sort of the Palatine is really cool. I love the artwork on that, but they're not really fan favorite. You got the Roaring Moon, but again they're not fan favorites. So I think Ascended Heroes definitely trumps in relation to that. In terms of the value at the moment, this one's a bit of a 50-50. Reason being, so you have Prismatic has had, I think, near enough all. I think we'll still see the ancillary products release, staggered over time for the next half a year. I think the ETBs potentially might be done. Not guaranteed, but again, we've had so many reprints and we've not had some for a few months. So I think in relation to that, Prismatic has the upper hand. If you're buying sort of the ETBs now, it's a bit of a safer bet. Ascended Heroes, we know there's going to be reprints coming, and probably quite a few reprints coming. Again, it's still got until Jan, sort of Feb 2028. That's at a reprint. The reprint cycle. So, and Prismatic has got 6 months left. Doesn't mean they can't reprint afterwards. We don't know what's going to happen, but if they're sticking to their sort of 2.5 year schedule, Prismatic is near the end of its reprint cycle. So again, if you're buying Prismatic now, we may get another one major dip, but to me that would be it. And then going into sort of later this year when the new sort of era comes out, if there's an evolution in that, it's just going to cause this set to spike. And again, Evolving Skies will take the same brush. So yeah, so in terms of investing now for the best gain, I think Prismatic will have, or the quickest gain for me, Prismatic has the upper hand. I think Ascended Heroes, again, long term would be insane. But again, I think you've got to wait another year or so, and year, 2 years until we sort of come out of that print cycle to then start seeing those big sort of moves up. And this could be affected by the printing facility. So bear that in mind as well, because that could have an impact on potentially printing more than so Prismatic, because Prismatic should come out of the cycle by the time that gets released. So yeah, but again, both insane buys, but Prismatic just wins purely based on quicker gains. But in terms of finally long-term potential, that's a tough one. I think long-term potential, that's really tough. That's so close. But I've got to go with Ascended Heroes. Reason being, you got more. It's more Gen 1 sort of focused in the set. So taps into the nostalgia side, which again, do not underestimate that. 151 was such a good example. We had the reprints, but it just escalated and pumped so quick when it came out of that 2 year print cycle. Yes, few peak, and again the artwork is so varied with the Prismatic Evolutions set. Again, fantastic artwork, but it's very much stuck to the crown sort of side with the evolutions. With Ascended Heroes, you can see here you've got so many different styles, and the Forest of the Pikachu. You've got the Mewtwo from Team Rocket. And Team Rocket again is another element which can't underestimate that. Again, it's near set off the base jungle, the Rocket set after the fossil. It's that sort of nostalgic era. And yeah, it's literally just a card for everyone. But I think, I think in terms of long term, I think Ascended will do better. In terms of buying now, I think Prismatic is the better option purely because of the things I mentioned with the reprints and they're done. I imagine we're seeing bigger discounts at the moment, while the attention's getting pushed to the 30th anniversary. So we're seeing Prismatic about 15-20% drop at the moment. Ascended is about 10%. Yes, that's my thoughts, guys. If you do like these sort of comparison videos, I'm planning to do one where I compare Black Bolt and White Flare. I've not seen this done by anyone yet, so I would like to explore that. Just going by the values, the cards in the set. Again, very similar sets, but you've got very different cards in it. Complement each other so well, so I want to explore that with you guys. But yeah, if you did enjoy that, again, please do subscribe and like. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, anything you want to see in the future videos, do comment as well below. And if you liked the video, please comment. Yeah, and take care. I'll see you in the next one.